Hi everyone, welcome back to our new English lesson. I'm so glad to see each and every one of you. On this channel, we learn lots of English and have lots of fun together. As you remember, in our previous lesson, we learned some essential phrasal verbs related to money. And as I've promised, today we're going to look at some other essential vocabulary, namely words, phrases, idioms, also related to money. For example, we're going to look at some other ways, more advanced ways of saying rich and poor. Stay tuned because lots of interesting material is coming up. And as always, if you like what I'm doing, please support this video by giving it a big and heartfelt like. And now, let's get started. And first and foremost, we're going to look at some other ways of how you can say that someone is rich or poor. Don't get me wrong, the words rich and poor are great adjectives. You can use them practically in any context. There is no problem with these words. The thing is, if you want to sound more advanced, more native-like, or just, take your English to the next level, also for those of you who are preparing for some international exams, like English international exams, like IELTS or TOEFL, these words that I'm just about to teach you will definitely come in handy. In this lesson, you're going to learn some great ways, some great alternatives for the word rich. All right, so other great synonyms for the word rich would be wealthy. And I'm sure you're familiar with this word. If not, take a note because it's a great alternative to the adjective rich. Wealthy, which means absolutely the same thing. A wealthy family means a rich family, a family that has a lot of money. A wealthy man, a wealthy businessman. Or you can also say, for example, a wealthy country. So wealthy is a synonym for the word rich.
Very wealthy. Wealthy!
You're talented, famous, wealthy.
One more alternative would be well off. He is well off. This family is well off. It means they have a lot of money, they have enough money, and they lead a pretty comfortable lifestyle. So now we have wealthy and well off. Do you know someone who is wealthy or well off? For example, she comes from a well-off family, or she comes from a wealthy family, or they must be pretty well off. They've just bought a big mansion. They must be pretty well off. They have just bought a big mansion.
My family was well off.
One more great adjective that you can use in a similar context is comfortable. And you would say comfortable as in a comfortable armchair, a comfortable sofa. Yeah, that's the same word, but you can also use it to refer that someone has enough money for a good standard of living. To be comfortable doesn't mean that you have a lot of money, that you are fabulously rich. It just means you have enough money to lead a good and comfortable lifestyle. For example, they are not fabulously rich or anything, but they are quite comfortable. They are not fabulously rich, but they are quite comfortable.
Quite comfortable.
Comfortable? I'm very rich. Now, about this place.
By the way, how do you pronounce this word? I've heard lots of students mispronounce this word saying comfortable or comfortable, but it's not correct. In this case, you only have to separate this word into 3 syllables, okay? The first is comf, the next one is der, in American English at least, and then bull. Comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Try pronouncing it with me. Comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Another great alternative to say that someone is extremely rich would be loaded. Now, loaded is considered colloquial English, that is slang, so please use it only in informal situations. For example, Donald Trump is loaded. He has a lot of money. Or, this family must be loaded. They go abroad 3 times a year. This family must have a lot of money, must be rich, must be loaded, because they go abroad 3 times a year.
This guy, he's loaded.
Some oil sheik, and he is loaded.
Now we're going to look at some idioms or set phrases that mean to be rich. And the first one is to live in the lap of luxury. To live in the lap of luxury means to have lots of money, to have a very comfortable lifestyle, to have lots of possessions, when you can afford practically everything. To live in the lap of luxury. For example, lots of celebrities live in the lap of luxury. Or, after winning the lottery, they moved to Paris and lived in the lap of luxury.
He will live in the lap of luxury.
I'm telling you, these kids are living in the lap of luxury.
One more great idiom that means to be rich is to have money to burn. Just imagine the literal meaning of this phrase when you take lots of money and you burn it. What does it mean? It means that you have lots of money and you don't really need it. You can do whatever you want with this money. That rich you are. So to have money to burn means to have a lot of money, sometimes even more than you actually need, more than necessary, that you spend on unnecessary and even silly things. For example, John has money to burn. He's just spent $5,000 on a picture of Mickey Mouse. Who needs a picture of Mickey Mouse? Who's gonna spend $5,000 in it? Well, John, because he has money to burn. He has lots of money and he can spend it on any silly, unnecessary things he wants.
He's got money to burn.
These people have money to burn.
Somebody's got some money to burn.
One excellent idiom that means to be rich is to have deep pockets. If a person or an organization has deep pockets, it means they have a lot of money. For example, you need to have deep pockets to turn this shabby building into an attractive store. You need to have deep pockets. Or, they are looking for investors with deep pockets. It means they are looking for investors who have a lot of money.
Biologic has got deep pockets. We don't.
She's got deep pockets.
And last but not least, this great idiom, to be rolling in it. To be rolling in it also means to be exceptionally wealthy, rich, and to have large amounts of money. It, in this case, refers to money. So just imagine a person rolling in a pile of cash. That's what this phrase means, even though in a metaphorical way, obviously. For example, I heard Julia's father is rolling in it. So I wouldn't be too worried about her future. I heard that Julia's father is rolling in it. So I wouldn't be too worried about her future. Or, it sickens me to see these politicians rolling in it while most of us struggle to keep a roof over our head. It sickens me to see these politicians rolling in it while so many of us struggle to keep a roof over our heads. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you learned some new vocabulary, and I also hope that you'll put it into practice as soon as possible, because the sooner you start practicing the vocabulary that you've just learned, the better you'll retain it in your memory. So please go to the comment section right now and write your own examples using the vocabulary that we have just learned today. In our next lesson, we're going to look at some other great ways of expressing that someone is poor. As always, I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!